Intro. Today, we will learn how to improve pass accuracy in soccer. If you can't send the pass to where you want it, it's very likely that you won't be able to accurately fit the widest part of the foot, the inside of the foot. So today, we're going to take a closer look at the mechanism of inside foot pass, good pass conditions, inside foot pass tutorials, applications and training methods, which are the most basic of soccer. Mechanism of inside foot pass. The most important thing in the inside foot pass is to fix the ankle. Only when the ankle is fixed can the inside of the foot, which is the widest part of the foot, be able to impact accurately. And only when it is so impactful can the ball be sent to the desired place stably and accurately. When you first learn soccer, many students fix their ankles, so they often fix all other joints. The ankle of the kicking foot must be fixed, but the knee of the stepping foot and the knee of the kicking foot must be bent to form a soft posture. And the direction of the toe of the foot is towards the kick. Also, it is recommended to turn the direction of the body 45 degrees or more from the direction of the kick like a shot or kick. You'll know if you do the inside foot pass, but the shape of the feet itself is like that. Since kicking with an inside foot pass itself is about 90 degrees from the original shape of the foot, it is possible to kick with the body turned 45 degrees to make a much more comfortable and stable swing. Of course, inside foot pass is possible even when the body direction is 90 degrees. And you have to know how to pass in that way during the game. But basically, 45 degrees is more comfortable. When the direction of the body is 90 degrees, it can only give the feeling of touching the pass rather than kicking it, and the ball is weak. But actually, if the inside foot pass gets a lot better and more comfortable, you'll see that it's not that important, whether it's 45 or 90 degrees. Conditions for good inside foot pass. First, the inside foot pass must also be fast. I have experienced or taught a wide variety of teams, high school and college students, general soccer team or team of players, to general life soccer, early association, and soccer team. What is the difference between a high-level team and a low-level team? If it's above a certain level, I don't think there's a big difference technically and tactically. In the end, there is a difference in strength and speed. What I want to say is that the strength of the pass, the strength of the shot, and the speed of the players are different. The higher the level of a team, the faster and more accurate the speed of passes, shots, and kicks. The reason why the pass speed should be fast is simple. This is because if the pass speed is not fast, the pass will be truncated. Second, you have to give it to the person who receives it with a ground ball. This is also very important. Even if the pass given to the space where the person receiving the pass tries to play is out of the question, basically, the pass should be given quickly under our team's feet. It is meaningless to determine whether or not the same team is negligent, but if the ball is basically negligent in the event of a pass miss, the person who misses control because the ball is stronger than the person who kicks the ball strongly on the ground. The higher the level of the team, the more so. Basically, the higher the level, the stronger the pass is, the more the pass is cut off. But if the pass goes up in the air, it's the kicker's fault. No matter how strong the pass is, the recipient must receive it well if it comes with a ground ball, but if the pass is strong and floats, it is difficult for the recipient to control it, and no matter how well he controls it, it is inevitable that he needs one or two more touches. Third, pass in a direction far from the defender. This is a way to help our team member who receives a pass make it easier to protect the ball after receiving the pass. Also, even if we receive a return pass, it is advantageous for our team to give it to a faraway direction. Tutorial. Grab the ball with your hands and hit the right spot. It's a practice where one person grabs the ball and one person hits the inside foot. If you have a good ankle, try it a few times and you'll realize your senses right away. If I get hit here, I think my cheeks will go out well. I recommend you take turns with both feet. Kick against the wall. Kicking on the wall is a practice that I actually did when I was young. It's such a good training to learn impact if others don't see it as a weir. Try to hide and do a lot. Don't those golf players stand anytime, anywhere and practice swing without a golf club? Same thing. Rather than actually kicking the wall, you can practice with the idea of putting the inside foot on the wall. Inside foot pass training. 2 people throw it with their hands, kick it with the inside, and receive it with their hands. However, this method is a type of training that is done a lot from the first time learning youth to professional level players. It's not a specific know-how, but once you teach students, the most important thing is that the thrower throws it at your feet. And if you kick, you can raise your knees with your ankles fixed, and as you can see, move a little below your knees to accurately impact the inside area. And it's okay to stand still in place, but doing small steps like me right now is better for timing and more exercise. Inside foot control. If you learn the inside foot properly, virtually all the basics of soccer are useful enough. Because it is the widest part used in soccer, so it is most accurate. So if you just pass with the inside foot and control with the inside foot, there is no problem enjoying soccer. Likewise, you can easily hold a kick that flies strongly from far away with inside foot control. We are preparing content for the control in the future, so we will cover it in detail then. Applied training method. Return pass. This is the most basic pass. It's a return pass. Since the return pass is kicked in the opposite direction of the ball's rolling direction, it can float a lot when the ball rolls over the foot and the base of the ball is impacted. So it's important to kick while pressing the ball during impact. A 90-degree turnaround pass. If there is a pass that returns in the coming direction, there is also a pass that turns around 90 degrees. This pass may come from the outside of the foot, or vice versa. But if it comes from the outside, it is very difficult to impact it so that it does not float. So I try to push my foot forward even after I make an impact so that it doesn't float consciously when I pass or shoot in this situation. Then it won't come up as much. And if it comes from the inside, the ball is less likely to float than the outside. However, if you are not sure about the ankle fixation, you cannot send it exactly in the direction you want. So, you can spend it stubbly if you make an impact with the feeling of holding your ankle firmly and not kicking or swinging it. Wall pass. Also called a 2-to-1 pass or a wall pass, it is the most basic pass among the passes. It's a very basic pass, but it's one of the most commonly used pass patterns in the world's best competitions. First, the person who gives the first ball passes to the person who receives the ball. Then the person who gives the ball moves to another space to avoid the defender. Usually, if it's an attack area, it moves forward so that if it's a defensive area, it can free up space to receive the ball. And the person who receives the ball sees the moving person's movement, predicts it, and gives the ball to the space to move non-stop. At this time, if you get along well with each other through a lot of practice, you may be able to predict well or deceive your opponent with secondary movements. Anyway, this wall pass is the most basic and easy yet the most efficient pass pattern to escape the pressure of the opponent. A wall pass for 3 people. I think the biggest difference between amateur soccer players and elite soccer players is the pass made by 3 players. In the case of wall pass, only the 2 people who give and receive passes need to match. However, as soon as there are 3 people, the direction and intensity of the 3 people's movements and the 3 people's passes can be successful, so it is much more difficult and requires a lot of training than the wall pass. The basic pattern of the 3 pass is wall pass. While 2 players exchange wall passes, the defense's gaze and the opposing defense's camp gradually flock around the players who exchange wall passes. At that time, the 3rd player runs around to avoid the gaze. Then, the pass that opens will go out. But at this time, it is important to give the ball weakly with appropriate strength or just leave it well so that the first pass after the first pass after the first pass and the return pass can get an open pass or kick. And when you're working on it, the other third player has to trust the two and have a sense of turning around in advance. So this pattern is very difficult to actually succeed in the game, and the difference between elite athletes and amateurs is stark. And I personally think that if there are more than 3 elite players on a team, there is a much more synergy effect than when there are 2. Today, we learned more about inside foot pass, how to improve pass accuracy. I will talk about soccer in more detail from now on. Thank you for watching the long video. Have a happy day.